Well, I say every day it's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.
We're not qualified.
Who are you?
Explorers in the further regions of experience.
If you do not listen,
Then the hell with you.
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the 103rd episode of Screaming Into the Void, the show where we talk about whatever the hell we feel like. My name is Samuel the Infamous, and with me are my co-hosts today, green-haired anti-liberal. Welcome back.
Thanks. Sorry, I was yawning. Apparently, I did not get enough sleep. Maybe I just always yawn.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe your brain's broken. And we also have with us Shadu.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, good to have you, man. Returning to us once again, Caucasian Sasquatch, who I kept up way
Welcome
later
to
than
the
probably was okay
world
to.
of Sasquatch.
So I do right at the top of the show need to address something that came up while we were going live. So currently we are live on YouTube, Rumble, and Caucasian Sasquatch's YouTube channel, but we are not live on Twix. And the reason for that is apparently in line with all of the shit that's going on with Elon Musk and advertisers and the fucking EU being dicks. I can't stream on fucking Twix without a fucking check mark now.
Yep.
And this is brand new because we could do it last night. So this just happened.
Yep.
So this is, I'm a little irritated about this, because that means that I've got to add one more fucking subscription to everything else I'm paying for monthly. But yeah, plus I don't know what that verification process entails. I don't know exactly how much of my personal information has to be involved in that. And I'm not necessarily comfortable with giving that fucking shit out. So,
I mean, to be fair, they already have it anyway.
True, but I might be more willing to stream to Twitch or Kick or something else rather than Twitter, because Twitter has decided to monetize your words.
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm not necessarily, I don't necessarily have an issue with that myself. Whatever, it's a company, get your money, but I do kind of have an issue with a platform that previously was cool to do this on, and by previously I mean fucking 12 goddamn hours ago.
Yeah.
Right. All of a sudden, arbitrarily deciding because the EU's pissing them off, they're going to fuck over me. So we'll see how that unfolds going forward. I am not sure. We'll just have to see, because I don't even know that I want a fucking blue check mark, man.
Right.
For all the other stuff. I wasn't even sure that I was interested in all of the benefits that came with that, because what I use Twix for now is plenty, for me. Except for, obviously, now we can't stream to it, but I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see going forward.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So we'll see what happens going forward. But anywho, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're wondering where this is on Twix, we are not currently on Twix because they're being dicks about it. So say hello to the chat.
Well, between me, you, and a hole in the ground, the ability to live stream to X was the only reason I really signed up in the first place, and to have the messenger thing. Other than that, I don't use X. The only benefit I get from it is communication with you people. Yes, I mean that the way it sounded. And the ability to live stream. That's it.
Yeah. And most of us mostly use it for a means of convenient communication, honestly.
Yeah.
And also that. Fucking cats. Anyway,
I used to use it to pick stupid internet fights, and I'm reforming myself.
Aww.
Yeah, well, that'll happen after he's had 3 bans.
No, only 2. This is the 3rd account. Everything else is a suspension.
Yeah, that makes it so much better.
Child.
Objectively.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been put in Twitter jail a couple of times, but I never got banned. You know?
Yeah, well, you're also
Does-
not as just dumb as
Does
me.
refusing to acknowledge my account count?
Yeah,
Because when I
I
first
guess.
started streaming, I wanted to sign up for X because they were going to be doing some live streaming over there, and I was like, "Cool, I'll just add that to everything else." So I signed up, and they told me that something in my name choice was deemed as an offensive term, and for 6 months, it told me I didn't have an X and I couldn't do anything. And then one day, not long after Elon took over, poof! Not only did I have an X, all the stupid tweet things that I'd put in there had been retroactively uploaded on the dates I had previously typed them out. That was creepy because it says that I've had an account the whole time, when in reality, I didn't have access for it for 7 or 8 months.
You know, you probably would have been fine if you'd have gone with Mayo Monkey instead.
Or no purpose flower.
Yeah,
that one's probably a little bit
like that. I like the no purpose flower one. That's pretty good.
That's Sam's. I stole that from him.
I didn't know. I stole it from a pair of black people who wrote up a bunch of new slurs for white people a couple years ago. So that was by far the most clever one.
That is the only good one. Wait, would you be able to do Indo-Aryan Sasquatch? Would that be acceptable?
Indo-Aryan's pretty good too. Could be an Alto-Aryan though, because I do smoke a lot.
No, because that's like the precursor group for the modern Europeans and Arabs. Basically, the modern Caucasians.
Yes, Egg. I have read history.
So could you do? So would Indo-Aryan Sasquatch get banned?
Probably, because someone
got Aryan in it.
Type SS in my chat, and it would be the end of it.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Shadow, is like I know that you have this sense of history and you think of things in very specific terms relating to very specific time periods. But the fact is that in the last century, anything attached to the term Aryan has been deemed evil.
Yeah. So, I mean, what's really funny is if you like, even the term Indo-Aryan is considered evil in some circles, especially Indian circles. They don't like talking about that.
Oh, well, now, given some of the weird history that's been blanketed across the top of their real history, would you be real happy with it?
No.
Okay. So,
angry.
Okay.
All right. So let's say hello to the chat. Hold on just a second. Okay. Yeah, we got Jack Tarlad with us.
What is this?
Dude, good to see you, man. Yeah, we'll get to it, kid.
Yep.
Meantime, shut the fuck up. Saying hello to chat.
I said, "Hey, Jack."
Oh, well, I was talking to Shadow when he said, "What is this?" And anyway, long story short,
okay.
What the fuck?
Shut up, kid. And also, hello, kid.
I want to be a part of the group.
We're never
Gal, I just saw the thing you posted. What the fuck? Sorry.
Say hi to chat. This miscommunication.
All right, we're gonna skip over Shadow of Hawk in chat because I'm feeling petty. American 101, welcome to the show.
Ew.
Green-haired anti-liberal who's back on panel with us after a couple of weeks away, dressing up for strangers.
Interesting way to put that. Thanks.
It's accurate.
I know the people, the main ones.
Are you saying they're not strange?
No.
Okay, so they're strange. Are they stranger than you are?
Oh, we're not doing this again.
Doubtful, actually.
All right. So I see Cliff in the chat. Hello. We got Dom H with us. Good to see you, my man. Nomfic, is that correct?
Nomfic, yep.
Yeah. All right. Welcome to the show.
Greetings and
good evening, Aaron Laura. As always, great to see you. She gets a real kick out of some of the stupid shit that comes out of my mouth for some reason. Keeper of the lists. Trump getting shot. Is this happening? Like, is this something that's going on right now? Because I don't know. I haven't heard about
reacting to.
Okay.
You'll get to it
So
in private chat.
I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often, to be honest.
Honestly. Yep.
Hello.
No, we got Luke Castley. He
Hello.
was shot, or he was shot at.
Shot at.
Okay.
At his birthday. So at.
All right. Well, we'll bring that up here in a second. As soon as we finish up what we're doing here, we've got Mr. Self-Destruction.
Hi, Dom.
And I think that catches us up to everybody in the chat except Shadow of Hawk, because fuck that guy.
No, I hate him as well. Fuck that guy.
I'm just fucking with you, kid. Gal, would you mind sharing that?
Sure.
So this wasn't on the agenda, but if it's breaking, we should probably talk about it.
Just a little bit, maybe.
His ear was bleeding. I suppose that could be a result of being too close to a firearm too.
Richard Simmons died today, apparently.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah,
I was going to bring that up too.
Because I introduced somebody that had his name during that time period when Richard Simmons was missing.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that? And he wouldn't let me use his real name because it was Richard Simmons. And so, yeah, I had to go by his screen name, which was mildly annoying, but okay.
Yeah, he died today, and his birthday was yesterday, 76.
Oh, well, I mean, dude was scared and two guys fucking, but he was an icon.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Thing that said, take a look at what happened.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they clipped him. Yeah.
Yeah, they got his ear.
That's just about a guaranteed election there, brother.
I just want to pause it because reasons.
Look at these idiots in the back just standing there.
Right? Get on
They see something that
It's like, you know, bullets go through people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but trust me
It's
on that.
deer in the headlights.
This is, I hear what you're saying. I disagree. You realize about a third to half of those people are veterans. You had some people who flinched and then ducked their head, and some people who flinched and stood up, started looking. Those were your veterans. They want to see where the shots are coming from so they can see how to get away or deal with it.
Shit. Well, you know, I mean, there was speculation, and I might have done some of it, that something like this was definitely going to happen before November. Although
I'm surprised it took this long.
Yeah, like whoever it was a bad shot. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I don't know. From what I understand, Trump's freaking detail are almost immaculate in their pre-coverage of locations. So chances are Homie was shooting from a significant distance.
Right.
Farther than the team thought was possible. Right. So missing is not as big a negative as you might think once you get past, what is it, about 600 yards?
No, I get that. And I mean, if they clipped his ear, they were pretty close to the target.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, next question. Is it real, or did we just watch a preset for the election? PSYOP?
Don't know. I wouldn't put it past.
That raises a good point. It could be AI. I mean, fuck, I don't know what would be worse if it's AI or not AI.
Look, even outside of that, you're thinking of like a little too sophisticated, I think, for some of this stuff. I think that it would probably be more expedient to have somebody take pot shots at him to sort of make people think that he was in more danger than he actually was.
Mm-hmm. All I know is I don't like when women scream hysterically.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is annoying, but they're women.
I just don't understand the logic behind it. What is screaming going to do?
It's a panic response. It's an animal response.
Well, don't be panicky.
Hey, Clue. Oklahoma outlaw audits. Welcome in. So,
but yeah, definitely skin breakage, and there appears to be a bit of a graze on his cheek. Yeah. That would be the sickest fucking scar in history. He comes away with this with just a scar on his cheek.
I want another mug shot with it.
I want a shirt.
Retake it.
Street cred, dude. Street cred.
What is this
ain't got
title?
nothing on the Teflon Don.
Like, whisked off stage in Pennsylvania after loud noises rang through the crowd. Loud noises.
I mean, look, the Secret Service, they even if it was like somebody setting off fucking black cats under the bleachers or some shit like that, they are trained to respond to any out of the ordinary noise as if it is a threat, even if it's not, because you never know, right?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, maybe that's why they're writing it the way they do, or maybe somebody's trying to downplay the shot, the fact that somebody shot at Trump.
Yeah.
You know, it's looking from the video that you showed, it looks like somebody did shoot at him.
Yeah.
I am unsure as to the motivations for shooting at him. Is where my question is, and I don't know necessarily Trump would have set something up like this. But
it is.
I think the
really
RNC probably could.
To me, it is really odd for someone to take a firearm to a MAGA rally with the intent of causing damage. That doesn't seem like the kind of thing that those people would be a part of, does it?
Yeah.
All right, let's look at the history of the situation. All right, how many MAGA rallies, how many Trump rallies have taken place in this election alone? 30, 100, 500? Have you ever heard of damage occurring at these rallies? Have you ever heard of any kind of hate crimes that weren't trumped up by the freaking mainstream media or anything like that? No. These people, when they go to rallies, they get turned up, tuned up, and they go home and don't watch CNN, as far as I can tell. This individual, this is not one of those people. He was unhappy.
Yeah. That's an interesting point. Oklahoma outlawed. I wonder if this is going to be used to try and get him to change his stance on the Second Amendment.
Right. I doubt
Although I have to say this though too, like Trump has a very, very long career, long before politics, of pissing people off. This cannot be the first time he's been shot at.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This is probably some random fucking crazy person. Because if this was like either side, if this was like some politically motivated thing, they would not do it in this way. If they got him this way, he would be a martyr. There would be video evidence of the man who's like standing up for the populist movement being put down, and that would create so much fucking negative publicity. They would not be able to control that. This is probably some like rabid wild dog acting alone. At least that's what I'm thinking. Now, whether it's politically motivated or hating Trump, we don't really know until the investigation is done. Hey, Clue.
I mean, it could have been personal too. I don't know. That's the thing. You know, it could have been somebody who knew it.
A missed attempt on somebody else in the crowd. This might not necessarily be a Trump hit, which is the most obvious. That's the one you're supposed to assume. Look at who else might have been on location and debate on that between like range. I gotta wait until we find out where homie was set up, because he's gonna have to be in like East London to get a shot at Trump from there. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to be set up on the outskirts of freaking, what was it, Anchorhead, vile den of thieves and ne'er-do-wells, scumbags. What was it? I can't remember.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to. This is apparently developing now, so we're just going to have to wait for more information to come out. All we've got is a video clip and a kind of a vague headline at the moment. So I don't know. I haven't been watching Trump stuff. That's why I was unaware of this this coming up. So yeah, I don't know. I hope you're right, Matthew the King. I do hope you're right. I know that it has changed the minds of people who've been personally affected by it later on. Like, you know, people like, you know, have been very staunchly pro 2A, and then something happens to somebody they know or somebody they care about, and they switch up on it, or at least they soften up on their stance a little bit. What is this, Shadow?
So a guy I follow on Twitter for he basically like slowed it down, and it looks like he got like a shot of like a shot of Trump's face, and it looks like they got like the side of his face as well as a piece of his ear.
Yeah, so we were talking about the potential for a scar across his cheek.
Is like
Boss
kind of where
tier. I'm telling you, that scar can win an election by itself.
yeah. The last didn't the last president who had an attempted assassination against him that failed. He got like a landslide, right? That
Yeah, it was Reagan.
Is it Reagan? I thought it was Teddy. Was the last guy who tried to get assassinated.
No. Fucking, I can't remember the name of the guy that dude shot Reagan and Reagan survived.
I mean, I'll believe you because y'all probably lived through it.
Yeah, it was within my lifetime. What the hell is the name of the guy who shot Reagan? All of a sudden, I can't remember his name. He was he's still in prison.
John.
That
Also,
was
because
it was John Hinckley,
sorry.
wasn't it?
Yeah. John Hinckley. Yeah.
Also, because
Yeah,
I'm seeing this shit in some of the Discords I'm in and some of the Twitter stuff. No one do anything fucking stupid.
Right.
Like, wait for information to come out and do not fucking give the state any reason to empty a mag into you. Like, this is not the hill to fucking die on yet.
Or worse, give them a reason to enact martial law.
Yep.
Dump a mag into you. That's what I was trying to. Yeah, that's what I was conveying.
Well, when martial law goes into effect, man, dumping mags into one person is not going to. I mean, honestly, at that point, it's probably the better thing. But don't. Yeah, kid's right though. Don't act on anything. Wait for more information. Sometimes things like this happen in order to provoke a response from people in order to justify another action. You know, and I don't know what this is. I don't think any of us do right yet. So let's wait for more information and find out what happens. I said the same thing, by the way, with J6. You know, I was like, as wrongfully imprisoned as those fuckers are, except for the ones who broke shit. And even then, if they're held this long without trial, it's still there are constitutional issues there.
Yes.
But it was a dumb fucking thing to do. It was. It was absolutely asinine to go and hang out at the Capitol and throw a tantrum. It didn't help anybody in the long run, and it only gave the enemies of America more ammunition to use against its people.
Right.
So, hey, Bernie, good to see you. So I don't. Yeah. That's the other thing is that it occurs to me that this is possibly. I'm not thinking small here. I know that there's a possibility that it could be something, like personal, like it could be, say, Stormy Daniels' publisher who's gonna, not see as big a cut from her fucking memoir sales after the whole Trump thing.
I wouldn't expect that hard to put lead on target.
Allegedly. I'm just throwing a name out there, like people that he slighted personally, kind of shit like that. Fucking allegedly, it could be Rosie O'Donnell. He said a lot of nasty shit about that woman correctly, but it was mean. But I don't believe that this is as personal as that, as visceral, as small scale. So I see something like this, and I can't help but think somebody's trying to start a war.
I hear what you're saying, but I was just wondering just now, it occurred to me while you were talking, if the deep state took a hit at Trump, I wouldn't expect it to happen on stage during a rally. I would expect it to be some red, white, and blue nut job wandering out into traffic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would expect it to be more like the Archduke Ferdinand assassination, where God wanted that man to die.
Unless they're trying to instigate Trump's base to get violent, so they have a justification to watch them down.
This is not how to do that. These are not unreasonable people. Even when you pop shots, you saw what the crowd did. Some of them ducked, and the others went to looking for the shooter. You're not getting out of that.
Well, the shooter maybe, but the shooter's also a tool in the instance of that.
Sure,
This isn't the 20 senators that stabbed Caesar. This is the run. Hey, the brother's there. This is the random motherfucker who was given a weapon and told, the random motherfucker who was given the weapon and told take the shot, or it was
I'm
someone
sure it was
acting on their own
Patsy.
motivation.
I'm sure it was Patsy. It's always a Patsy, man.
Yeah.
But I was talking about the difference between the way state actors tend to function versus lone gunmen. Whether you believe they were CIA based or not, most lone gunmen do things, alone. This seems like it would be a difficult thing to do as a single person with any level of success.
Yeah, I mean, we could be looking at like a Michael Corleone situation where they set everything up and all he had to do was retrieve the weapon and pull the trigger.
Yeah, but still, if he doesn't have at least an effect on the situation, if somebody in the crowd gets hit, that doesn't have the same effect. In fact, that has quite a different effect. I want to wait and see what kind of public camera angles we end up coming up with out here, because there's a possibility we got some dude standing next to him who was filming.
Oh, absolutely. There's odds. Everyone's recording everything at once. The question is, does that video see the light of day, or do men in suits abscond with it? I'm being a nihilist.
Yeah.
I apologize.
No, it's the fact is there are state actors who are working behind the scenes against the American people. And there always have been. There always will be. And there's every bit as nefarious as you're making out. I'm just not necessarily 100% convinced this soon after receiving the news, right? What little news we have received, I'm not convinced that is the case yet.
We don't have anything to go on. All we have to go on is he was shot at a rally. That's all we have to go on. I'm speculating.
Well, yeah, and for those watching, we're all speculating here. None of us know what the fuck is going on. We found out about it after we went live.
Yeah. The only person here you should believe is Gal, because according to the left, believe all women.
Fuck that.
I speak truth at all.
She likes cats.
Joe gets it. Joe's the one I believe. Joe Cool. I like Joe Cool's comment over there. The neuro dart has been implanted. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. So that's honestly, guys, we weren't planning on discussing this kind of thing. It just sort of landed in our laps, which sometimes happens.
Yeah.
It's like this time slot isn't really conducive to like breaking news. It usually happens on Fridays.
Right.
I'm a bit taken aback. But yeah, so if you're hearing it here for the first time, you're hearing it for the first time with us. So welcome to What Life. Everybody just coming in, we do appreciate you being here, and I will highlight your comments as they come in. Normally, as I said at the top of the show, we are live on Twix as well, but they decided to pull a dickhead move this morning, and until I get verified with the big fat blue check mark, I can't stream the Twix anymore. So,
what a pleb.
Yeah, well, I'm on a fixed income. I'm not on a fixed income. I'm just stingy.
Self-imposed fixed income.
I prefer the word
like
frugal. Frugal.
Yeah, I prefer truth in advertising. So stingy.
See, I'm just a HELOT.
I don't look. I make enough money to get by. I don't make enough money to start throwing fucking like subscription fees at every goddamn thing on the internet. There are some subscriptions that I have now that I really probably ought to phase out. There's a couple that I have because I'm required to, like Rumble, for example. If you don't have less than 100 subscribers on your Rumble channel, which I do, you are required to pay $10 a month in order to be able to stream there. If you have over, you don't have to pay the fee for some reason, but it is what it is. I think it has to do with how many eyes get on their ads, something like that. But with YouTube, I don't have to pay anything to be able to stream here. So I don't. But with StreamYard, in order to enable a lot of the features that we use regularly on our streams, there is a fee for that. You can use the basic version, but it's bare fucking bones. Some of the editing programs that I use are also bare bones unless you pay a fee. So it just
Shortcut.
I wonder how many thumbnails are going to be that photo now.
All of them.
I'm sending this shit to Amira. She's definitely using it.
Yeah. Snake Pit already, like Jeremy already has it as his.
Yes, like
Ryan's actually on Cobra Cast with him right now, which is hilarious.
Yep. I do in fact call it Twix because I'm not calling it X until it divorces me.
And I'm just dead naming it and calling it Twitter because I don't give a shit.
Because it's Twitter.
It's Twitter. Fuck
That's
you,
why
Elon.
I like Twix. It's mocking.
Yes.
Yeah. Whereas I'm a dick, and even though Elon's my second favorite African American, I refuse to respect him enough to accept his name change.
Yeah. So that was actually the big topic. Was the EU trying to impose European laws on free speech platforms, or on platforms rather, and curtailing free speech worldwide here recently. It's been an interesting thing that's been going on right now. This is part of the reason that we're not able to stream on Twix right now is because of changes that are being made in real time due to Elon Musk's response, which was, while it was more eloquent than what he told Bob Iger, it essentially boils down to the same thing. Go fuck yourself.
Like how your response to that is to limit more speech unless you pay for it. Like, what the fuck is that?
That's why I'm pissed about it, is because he just spent fucking 2 days arguing with these people and saying, no, we're not going to prevent people from speaking their mind on Twix. We're not going to limit anybody's shit on Twix, which I mean, it kind of tracks a little bit with him, but apparently Google and several other major platforms and platform owners and whatnot have all signed a deal with the EU, saying that they're not going to be they're going to be quietly censoring people so that they don't get fined by this arbitrary organization that should have no bearing on anything outside of their little city-state, empire. Let's see if I can find the actual thing.
It makes me wonder, where are the Romans when you need them?
Right.
Just
working on it, Squatch.
We don't need a return of the Romans. They're just going to start fucking horses and murdering slaves again.
A conversation that I had with my guidance counselor once, but it's opening a new career path that I had previously not known about. I've always wanted to be a warlord.
I mean, I have plans to secure the Red Sea and the Bosphorus. If you'd like a chunk of that, I'll give it to you.
No. That's retread ground. You can have it. That I'm not interested in
the Kuiper Belt then. I see. We're going expanse on your ass.
Let's just say you may be a satrap. I do not mind.
No, that's not my territory. That's just where I get my taxes from. I call the moon.
You can't. U.S. already claimed it. So you got to.
Yes, I'll give it to him.
I just want to think. Like I've been hearing stories about how the Chinese are going to go beat the U.S. to the moon. And I was like, we already claimed it like fucking 60 years ago.
We haven't been back because it's haunted.
It doesn't matter that it's haunted. We claimed it. We claimed it for this nation.
Claimed our
it belonged to us. Yeah. By international law, the first colonists to step foot on a thing and plant their flag and say, this is now ours. That's how this works. We did it.
We won. Fuck all y'all.
Even if it happened in Stanley Kubrick's fucking basement, it still happened. So I'm not. I don't know. I'm less with. I think Sasquatch is more in line with that than I am. I don't know. The first moon landing was first mission to the moon was necessarily a real thing, but there were like 11 more missions.
I'm not saying it hasn't happened. I'm just saying that they're lying to us because there hasn't been a money shot in zero G that wasn't created in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. Say it, Squatch.
I don't want to, because if I say it out loud, people know it and then they'll blame me.
The Jizz Man in Space thing?
Jizz Man in Space!
Supposedly,
There it is.
a photo of the man that tried to take him out.
I think
let's not show that guy.
Huh?
Let's don't do that. Let's
Yeah,
not
I
show
know.
because it's not known yet. That's
I haven't.
I think somebody in chat said that they had heard from the Secret Service on stage that the shooter was down. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, this post says that he's in custody.
I'd be surprised if he wasn't shot 72 times by bystanders.
Right.
I mean, at a MAGA rally, yeah,
There he
people
was.
are gonna be armed.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. That's probably like the dumbest place. That's like walking into like a southern redneck bar, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's slapping a pretty little
Saying
southern
death to
band.
the Confederacy. Yeah.
The South will rise again. It's already dead. It's not a problem.
Yeah. Oh man. So this is the thing here that got me to. This is what I saw about the X thing. What?
Nothing. I'm
No,
looking it up. No, you keep doing. I'm researching something.
Okay.
Do what you're doing.
Okay. All right.
Having
Will do.
an episode. Let it go.
So this particular tweet is not without its, shall we say, editorial commentary, but it does have a few things in it that clued me in, and I ended up seeing some other stuff later that kind of confirmed some of this. But yeah, the European Union is at this moment forcing big tech companies to secretly engage in mass censorship. Google and Facebook are apparently going along with it. This is not a surprise, by the way. If you're surprised by this, you shouldn't be. Only Elon Musk's X among the major platforms is resisting. A few hours ago, Musk said the European Commission offered X an illegal secret deal. If we quietly censor speech without telling anyone, they would not fine us. The other platforms accepted that deal. X did not. I do have Musk's tweet as well, and that is verbatim what it says. So now the EU is prepared to punish X with massive fines up to 6% of total global revenue, which is it's a lot of money. Yeah.
I don't even know if that's a thing that can happen. I mean, by what grounds do they fine X? He just shuts off X in their countries and moves on with his life. They'll be begging him back in a week.
That's exactly what I'm saying, because it wasn't like fucking 4 months ago Brazil tried the same bullshit.
Yes, and X just shut down in Brazil for what, 4 days?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 3 days, something. It wasn't long. It was a very short little hissy fit, and I think it was a test run to see what the reaction would be. And now they're thinking that Europe is such a huge market that he could not possibly. But that's the only thing that'll work. What's up, Dennis?
Yeah. So the long and the short of it here is that if the EU succeeds in censoring X, Facebook, Google, and every other major internet platform, then there is no free speech. There's only government-controlled speech. We know that they have been trying to find a way to regulate the internet via governments around the world and take it completely out of the hands of the public for some time. This is not like a new thing. We know this is coming. We know they've been trying to do it. The problem is like the drug trade. It's very difficult to regulate.
The only reason the drug trade is illegal, is difficult to regulate, is because the people involved in it are all criminals. Because it's a black market, you can't regulate it on its surface. What you would have to legalize all the aspects of that particular market, and it would just eliminate the cartels. They would try to tie into the standard business model, but you can't have a bunch of gangbangers and thugs delivering dope. That's not going to work. I know it worked last year, but it won't work next year in this system.
I've
not
had
the
some small experience in that arena myself, and the biggest thing that prevented, the whole reason for the war on drugs was not because they give a fuck about your safety. It's not because they care about whether or not you're cured of addictions. It's not because they give a shit about the little guy. They don't care about you at all. It's because they couldn't figure out a way to fucking get their cut. That's why they went after the cartel so hard. That's why it was illegal. That's why they were, throwing people who with possession charges in prison for fucking 5 years or more. It's because they couldn't figure out a way to get their cut. So if they couldn't do that, then they were going to take it out of your life.
Well, also
look what
the fact
they
that
did
it's
to the post office.
then the fact it's also
And
an enemy to scare the American people with.
Sure. And look, I'm not pro drugs, right? I think that some things should be kept out of the hands of the fucking public, like heroin or fentanyl, right? There are some things that are a net negative just by existing, right? And I'm against those things in general. I'm just not so sure that the government's the best thing to be dealing with it, because they're not going to deal with it. The second they figure out how to make a profit on it, it'll be fucking legal everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Just
the solution.
opioids right now. They keep pushing them. No, it's fine.
Look at marijuana in Colorado.
Yep. And where is that money gone? It can't go anywhere it actually was advertised to go, because it's not legal federally.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So all the taxation the states are doing, they're having to slush fund this money somewhere. This is essentially, as far as the federal government's concerned, still illegal cartel money. All of this stuff could be swooped in and snatched up by the federals any day now if they wanted to. And they have in a couple of cases. They were hitting armored cars crossing state lines back a few months ago. Y'all remember that?
Oh yeah. I do. I remember back in the fucking late 90s, early 2000s when smoking was outlawed in fucking Europe, and there were people hijacking truckloads of fucking cartons of cigarettes in Germany, killing people over it and selling them on the black market at cost. Which is, I mean, if you think about that, like, sure, smoking's bad for you. It's probably bad for everybody around you. There's some scientific evidence to that, like blackened cancerous lungs, for example. Is not a good thing. But the only reason that it costs so much to buy a pack of cigarettes today, right? I smoke. Where I live at, it's coming up on $10 a pack, right? Oh, just imagine what it is in fucking New York City, where it's always been way more expensive than it is here. And the reason for that is because it's part of what is referred to as a sin tax.
Right. Sin tax. So alcohol, tobacco, and firearms are largely over all of that. They should give us more explosives if they're going to take our cigarettes.
Even today, with inflation, it still only takes about 37 cents to make a single cigarette. Right. That's it. Most of what you're paying, you might be right about that. Yeah, but anyway, it's extremely inexpensive to make cigarettes. Right. Almost all of that price, like 97% of the price of a pack of cigarettes, is tax. All of that goes to the feds. All of it. I mean, the states don't even see that much of it.
See, that's the part on that I don't agree with. If you're going to extort us, at least send some of that money to the states. States' rights. Holy fucking hell.
I mean, 18 British dollars?
No, that's 18 USD. So that's probably like what, 9 pounds?
No, that doesn't surprise me at all. It's British. And that's the thing. And I'm just using cigarettes as an example here because it happens to be something that I'm still doing. But that's what that is. They figured out how to get their cut early on with big tobacco, with the lobbyists and all that shit. They got in there and they're like, okay, well, we'll keep your shit going, but you got to scratch our back. And that scratch got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger over the years. Almost the entire cost of a pack of cigarettes is tax money. Philip Morris doesn't see most of that. They only see, a little bit of profit on top of the cost. They make plenty because they sell plenty of the damn things because they're addictive as shit. But most of that goes to the fucking government, who you'll notice has only made a few concessions towards curbing things like this. Like, you can't advertise smoking on television, for example. I'll never
My
tell
favorite
this to
thing they
anyone.
did. This is one of my favorite actions the government took to combat smoking. They made it illegal. They made it illegal to advertise, or they asked the advertisers not to advertise Newports or menthols in certain venues. It's the most racist thing I've ever seen in my life, because when you look at the list of places they're not allowed to do that in, it's very obvious who this is targeted to.
Mhm.
Right.
Even though that's what I saw was Newports. Just saying.
Well, did you stop being black because you didn't vote for Biden? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, politics can really change a man. She was born a young black man.
Left me.
Wait, you were a
Fell
Berber?
off and left my skin. Hmm?
You're a Berber?
A what?
Again,
Blonde-
kid. Even
What
if
is-
it's accurate, it's still fucking obscure.
black-
Security. I'm trying to find
it's
it
an
wildly
African
articulate.
ethnicity that were capable of being blonde.
I know.
What did
He
you
knows.
say specifically?
She doesn't.
Berber.
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 Yes.
Okay.
The ethnic group.
Yes. We know. She doesn't.
Yeah, Zillage, welcome to the clan, my white brother.
Yo. Yeah, Zill, swing by my place. I'll be getting you the appropriate fabrics and the
No,
would
no,
you like
no.
a tiki torch
Skip
or a
that.
cross.
I'll just get you a white card.
Do you want to see the fist
Yeah.
in the air video? Because it's
The what video?
it's pretty fun.
Oh, this I saw that. This was awesome.
And also like Elon.
Yep. I
Okay,
fully
Elon's
endorse
also-
Trump and hope for his
Elon's on
mom.
a list
Fuck
now.
yeah.
Sorry, what?
I said fuck yeah.
Yeah. Okay, watch. You hear it?
And you can order your new mug at Mug Club.
Like that. It's pretty cool.
That's gonna be a t-shirt, man.
Yeah.
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 That's going to be a t-shirt. And by the way, this plays right into that whole fight like hell thing, which I've noticed the
Mhm.
left are trying to co-op lately.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool for them to say it. Gretchen Whitmer fucking said it the other day. You know, she's like, fight like hell. I was like, weren't you one of the ones leading the fucking charge on saying he was calling for violence when he said it?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because fascists have no ability to think beyond their utopic progress. They're incapable
Programming.
of realizing they're freaking idiots. And did I just call the Democrats fascist? Yes. I can argue why they are fascists. They are, objectively.
Yep.
Well, they're objectively scum.
Like fascists.
No,
That's
I
one of
mean
the
like
reasons.
pond scum, like filthy pond scum.
Yeah, fascists are inherently pawn scum because they worship government.
I'm starting to enjoy this conversation far more than I thought I was going to. What's up? These guys
Sorry,
love it.
sorry, my no-purpose flower pot.
Y'all go ahead, frolic, play, do the linguistic thing. Let's talk about pod scum and Democrats. It's a pertinent topic.
I mean, I wouldn't even say pond scum. Pond scum actually serves a purpose, so that might be a little too far. But you know, maybe like dick cheese, right? Right. It's just it's uncomfortable and it's in all the sensitive places, whether you want it to be or not. Like, you know, it's like swamp ass, but turned up to 11 and applied to a nation.
Please stop.
Megba. If you're gonna say it, say it right. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, Sasquatch has broken the show once again. The host has begun laughing maniacally, and until the cosmic horror can calm down, we shall have to go to Shadow of Hawk's rendition of the Berber Coast. Come on, dude, just get out there and fake it.
Are you talking about the Hull, like from the Hulls of Montezuma? Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli? Or are you talking
You're making it up as we go along. This is a show.
Hold on, Berber Coast. I'm looking up what that is.
Revenge of the
Berber
Nether
Coast.
Realm. Welcome in. Haven't seen you in a fucking minute, man. How you doing?
Hello.
Yeah, been a minute. Welcome to the
There-
show. We're
there's nothing
currently
in
making
Shadow.
fun of
It's
everything.
not a real thing.
Trending
I should've
right now. How do you miss and they missed?
Wait, what?
How
Wait,
do you miss?
Trending.
How do you miss
Trending.
trending?
How do you miss? It's trending in the United States, and then politics trending is they missed.
Oh, that's gonna age well.
I'm on a fucking list.
Not only can the left not meme, they also can't shoot.
Oh, have you guys seen how?
Oh, that's
you
got to
guys
be a
seen
meme.
How,
There's a T-shirt that someone like rendered, and it's just a white T-shirt that has black letters saying "You missed." Oh God, the Democrats are just gonna.
I wish he'd have stood up and said into the mic, "Better luck next time." That would have been so boss. Scar on his
10 years
cheek.
younger. If he was 10 years younger, he would have.
Dude, I might let him grab me by the pussy.
I mean, right? You know, get some of that Trump in there a little bit, just a little bit. You know, it's a little bit, but it's huge.
Become transgender so he can.
Can't wait for
Holy
Biden.
fuck, Primal, how you doing, man?
Hey, Primal One, good to see you, brother.
Fuck,
On behalf of the Negro congregation, I am issuing Trump his N-word pass. He is invited to all cookouts, plus he gets 2 lap dances from big booty bitches for free at strip clubs. Hell yeah!
It's very generous of you.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the barbecue thing honestly is the most enticing part of that because
It really is.
Some of you guys, I know Squatch has been there, but have you guys been to like a Southern Black cookout, like a big old barbecue with lots of family, lots of food and shit? Oh my God, that food is so goddamn good, and the company is fantastic. It's a great time.
Don't think you're gonna fix your own.
Shut up, Larry.
That's just his mating call, Sam. I told you it's that time of year.
What the fuck is that image?
It's something dirty.
Sam and one of his girlfriends.
No.
For
the record,
for a second, I thought that was Andrew Tate. I had to pull it up in a different tab.
I have to make something perfectly clear. Now, Larry's been running with this joke on Abyssal Musings for about 3 weeks now. Suka has been helping him out. By the way, Suka, I got your fucking number on this, buddy.
It's not me. It's actually Suka that came to me, not the other way around.
Well, anyway,
right under the bus.
I mean, we just had a stream not 12 hours ago about semantics and proper language. Girlfriend is 100% inaccurate. Like he said, I entertain. They're not girlfriends, they're snacks. It's like,
well, looking at you in this photo,
enjoyed for a moment and then I move the fuck on.
This explains a lot, Sam. This really explains a lot, because if you are what you eat, then you're a pussy.
I mean, I'm okay with that. Like,
worth it.
Better a pussy than a dick.
Over.
I don't know. I kind of prefer. Never mind.
Well, no wonder you have an affinity for snakes. Anything that can straighten itself out.
Anyhow, that has nothing to do with the topics, by the way.
Wait a minute, Cavatino may be onto something.
Shit.
Cavatino may be onto something. He may know the identity of the shooter.
Alec Baldwin's case for deleting someone the next day. Someone takes a shot at Trump.
Someone shared that in the Discord.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything to that or not.
I mean, you know, we know that
I think
government.
Both of those things were probably inevitable anyway. I think the timing might just have been, whatever.
Well, see, Sam, here's the thing. As we all know from DC Comics, the government is willing to allow criminals to commit terrorism in the name of the government to get lower sentences. Alec Baldwin may have gone from whatever he was to something less for taking a shot. This is a joke, YouTube. This is 100% a joke and a very bad one, judging by the negative reactions.
Hold on. Let's take a big bite out of this, right? The concept works. It's just that the step is a little too broad. You're trying to take Alex Baldwin from the guy on the top of the silver hill with his silver spoon up his butt to the guy on the grassy knoll. And that seems to be more than a one-step process in my mind.
Yeah. I don't think. I don't know. I think that's probably pretty out there. It's a fun theory.
It's a joke. It's absolutely not
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, we got to work on your.
I don't know, man. Listen, with as many Onion headlines as I've been seeing rolling across the New York Times, I would be utterly surprised if I woke up tomorrow and Alec Baldwin's being charged with attempted murder on Trump. I'd just shrug at it, drink my coffee.
I mean, I could see him blaming everything that has gone wrong in his life for the last year and a half on Trump. Technically speaking, I can see him blaming him because he has major GDS.
Yeah, well, him and everybody else in fucking Hollywood. I mean, it could have been,
Right. Mark
Robert De
Ruffalo.
Niro. Except I don't think his hands are good enough to shoot anymore.
Mark Hamill. What's with the marks?
Mark Hamill can't even. Don't get me started. Do not get me started on that man. Most people have Trump derangement syndrome. I have Mark Hamill derangement syndrome. Every time he breathes a breath, it makes a shiver in the male force that's still left over in the world. You know, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Not space lesbians that progenerate space lesbian children through, I don't know, song and dance motifs.
Also grooming.
Doing the Macarena in there. I don't get it.
Also grooming. Don't forget to groom those little girls into lesbian relationships.
Okay, so let's take a stick. Can I take a stab at that one, Sam?
They're saying he's fine, but it says that he was shot on one side of the head. Yeah, I see right there. They grazed
got a picture. He's going to have the most.
We've got several photos now. Yeah, in video.
History. That also, scar is going to be elected president, not Trump. It'll be the scar. That
it's like Tim Pool's hat. Like Tim Pool's hat is the one that owns Timcast instead of Tim Pool.
Yeah, the beanie. Yeah, it's the beanie cast.
The beanie controls all. Owns is his chicken.
Right.
Yeah, right there. Looks like they grazed his ear.
Yep. No, well, he grazed his cheek and his ear. It looks like.
So one of the zoomed in images, it just looks like it's a blood streak across his cheek. Didn't mean to rhyme, but it's actually maybe his lip. I don't know.
Think about what an ear did for Holyfield.
If the bullet went that way.
Think about what an ear did for Holyfield. Let me try this again. Think about what an ear did for Mike Tyson. You're
I don't know if YouTube allows.
Well, I suspect that if Holyfield wasn't headbutting Mike Tyson constantly in that fight and getting away with it, his ear wouldn't have got bit. Because he was poking him in the eye and he was doing all kinds of stuff. And the ref wasn't calling it. I remember that fight.
Yeah. So you're not as old as I am. I get it. Because I remember that fight after I got off work.
Shadow, I don't even think Shadow was born yet.
Nah, the egg's still an egg.
He was still an egg.
Yeah, he was. He
was still a pigeon egg.
Gerb. Love you should do.
Questionable.
Well, I mean, love might be the wrong word.
I will wipe all questions from your mind, young one.
He's gonna put 11 on you.
But you know, it's crazy that this shooting. The other day, I kid you not, 2 days ago, I was sitting at home and I was thinking about that, and I was like, he better get like a one of those shields or something, because somebody's getting ready to take a shot at this guy. The closer we get to November, and no telling who greened it, no telling who's behind it.
It could be everything. Like we said earlier, it could be everything from like a random person with Trump derangement syndrome to some like scorned worker or lover from like 20, 30 years ago to some big plan to spark far right backlash. Whatever. We don't know anything yet, unfortunately. So it's speculating.
It could be a Democrat. It could be a foreign entity. It could be the cartels. There's a lot of people who are not. There's a lot of non-Americans that do not want that man back in office because he's gonna mess up their money flow.
We know it's Clinton.
Wait, Sam. Sad thing about your meme that you just posted, it cuts off. You can't read the bottom text.
Probably if you open it, you can.
No, I just did that, and then I opened it in a new tab, and it's just the left can't shoot, and then you see there's supposed to be something there, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
No, that's what that is that's the second time that's happened for some reason on those memes. I'm gonna have to reclip that, but yeah, it's the top of the words that are already on there. It's just mirrored.
Oh,
so there's not something else there. That's
I thought
just
it was,
but we're gonna show it here.
Gotcha. I thought it was supposed to say the left can't shoot and the left can't meme. That's what I thought it was trying to say.
No, I was going to put more words on there, and then I just figured simpler is better, right? It's a meme.
Right.
So anybody who reads this and doesn't understand that the implication is that they can't meme either is apparently not meme literate.
Well, in that case, I will go commit seppuku.
Would you stop saying that shit? Jesus Christ, kid.
No.
Would you stop saying Jesus Christ?
That's never going to happen.
Then the kid doesn't have to shut up.
First of all, I'm only swearing. He's talking about ritual suicide. Difference, big difference.
A little bit, yeah.
Is that a claymore?
Also,
no, it's actually
the wrong tool
it's
if you're going to
Geralt's
get ritual
silver sword.
Hmm.
It's the I was trying to find like his side hill from the books, but I couldn't, so I just settled on the silver sword because it looks cooler than the other sword he has. Yeah, I like it. Anyway, time to look up actually no, I won't do that. That's taking the joke too far.
Yeah. It's probably not good. The last time that we had a serious discussion about suicide on this channel, I got one of those little blue bars that YouTube likes to put on things for quote unquote context that said, hey, there are topics here that might be related to suicide and self-harm and be triggering for some people. Are you sure you want to play this? By the way, fuck YouTube. I know we're on YouTube, but still, that shit is totally unnecessary, particularly given the context in that podcast. We were very much against the idea of suicide, and it wasn't like we were praising the fucking thing, and
frankly, Rooster Teeth, funnily enough.
Yeah. Well, if you're too big a pussy to take to listen to something without it fucking destroying your entire goddamn worldview, maybe you should just wrap yourself in fucking bubble wrap and never go outside ever.
No, but the bubble wrap is dangerous, Sam. It may kill a turtle.
Valid.
Gal is behind it. She found out he invested in me in Jack Cat Kitchen.
Devil, what's with the extra comma?
I wasn't gonna go after it because he left out a couple of apostrophes in a whole letter, and it's a thing anyway.
Interesting thing just happened. I made an attempt to change the thumbnail of this video to one of the pictures of Trump right after the attempt, and I encountered some very interesting stumbling blocks along the way, and ultimately failed. The reason being that when I tried to type like take it from the picture from AP, the download system simply said no. So I did a screenshot. I did a little edit on it. I put it into an email, sent it to somebody, and that email failed to send. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll just make it the thumbnail on the show. I went in here, edited it, clicked it. It's not in my computer. I can go look at it. I can go visually see it, bring it up on my screen. But I cannot find it when I go into StreamYards and look at files. It's not there. It's like it hasn't downloaded yet. and yet I can go over, click it, and pop it up on my screen. But
that's interesting.
how would they do that quick though?
Yeah, I probably just shut down the it's it's all AI algorithms. So they probably what they did was they just input don't share memes of this event, this specific event involving these specific people. It'd be automatic, I'd guess, because no person is going to keep up with the amount of shit that's going to get shared about this, but a computer program could.
But that's if you take all right. So I use the thing on my OBS just below the frame of human perception. I have one of these weird backgrounds running that looks like somebody fell into a plaid hell. You can't see it, and I can't see it. Maybe Gal can if she's not thinking about it. But an AI looks at that and sees nothing but noise. So either they've improved AI significantly, or they've got real people on the ground here already running some kind of game on it. Because that's weird.
Or AI was always way ahead of where they let us think it was.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Like
Sure.
that's just a fact. What they tell us, what's on the civilian market is like 5-10 years behind what we know about, or 5 to 10 years what we don't know about. Excuse me. And I'm assuming Gal and Larry, being ex-military, would have more understanding of that than the three of us that are civilians.
To an extent, sure. But what they know about is still 20 years out of date.
Well, yeah, probably.
I got out of the military 12 years ago, kid.
So we're back to being normal citizens again. You see how that works? We know nothing.
I meant more of like knowing that, hey, there's stuff that the civilian world does, like that your average consumer does not know about.
Well, yeah.
I know what the kid is saying.
Really
What he's saying is by the time certain technology becomes available to the public at large, the government has been, or the military has been using it for several years and has moved on to something better, which is exactly what happens. Like regular email, when you go in your Gmail and all this stuff, it's still civilian email still does not look the way that my email and Gal's email, that our military emails look vastly different than what you guys are seeing right now when you log into Gmail or Yahoo or whatever.
No, that's fair. My thought process, though, when it comes to things like AI, is that while yes, the government and the military are going to be way ahead of what's available to your average civilians, what I'm suggesting is that the people who developed AI in the first place, in places like Silicon Valley, are even further ahead of what they allowed the government to contract from them. They've been keeping secrets.
Yes.
Yeah. Because why do those... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, dude.
I was going to say, because why do you bother to give those filthy, disgusting little helots anything nice? Just let them play with their little smartphones.
If you're going to use like fucking terms that sound like slurs, dude, at least use modern ones.
Right.
What?
But no,
that's like not a slur. It
sounds like one.
Spartans called their slaves.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not fucking ancient Greek. How would I know that?
Okay, fine. Plebeian. Non-equestrian. Peasant.
Just say slave.
Slave.
I've got a plan. I'm gonna dig a pit trap. I'm gonna put a box with a stick over it, and I'm gonna find the most esoteric historic book I could think of, and I'm gonna put it in the pit trap with the punji sticks and just let Shadow walk over and fall in the pit trap, fall the box on it, and then keep him forever because he's just so cute. It's those words, dude. Like, you draw words out of freaking ancient languages that are utilized the way you use them, but only with other people who are known readers of that content. It is an amazing
or
thing.
Long dead.
Yeah, been done a long time.
Like, Christ, I used to get shit about my using archaic language, right? And we're only talking like back to the 1920s, man.
When I was both fine and dandy, they had something to say about it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm not. It's just when you bring it up in casual conversation like that, it expect everybody to follow along. It's like it's not just me. Sometimes I do know what you're talking about, but not everybody's going to. And then you got to waste
So I'll
time
make
and
sure to use
stop
the
and
word
explain
peasant
what
going
it was
forward.
that you said.
Yeah. I'll make sure to use the
it's not
word
just
peasant
that.
going forward.
Okay, so he understands you, and he sometimes understands you, and I sometimes understand you. I have no idea where everyone else falls, but I do know that is the second time in my life I've heard that word actually spoken out loud, and I was the first person who said it that I heard.
Not in common use. That's all I'm getting at.
No. Yeah. No, it's
Also,
just it.
Also, it's not in common use in English because it's not a fucking English word either. It's not even modern Greek. It's ancient Greek.
Yeah. Well, the reason why like it immediately like jumps to like I draw comparisons to what they want and the helots is a Spartiate, being the citizens of the city of Sparta, could kill a helot and suffer no consequences. Throughout the rest of human history, if you killed a peasant, a slave, a plebeian, whatever, if you killed a member of the lower class, there was still some kind of recompense that needed to happen. Like
Except
you
in
would
Japan.
need to like pay their owner, or you would need to pay the family unless there was good reason for helots. You could just kill them, and there were no consequences.
They were
Which is what they
Republicans.
want. Hence why I think helot and
They
yeah,
were
I'll say peasant.
analogous to modern Republicans. Is that what you're getting at?
No, it's analogous to the modern aristocracy.
Oh, come on.
Mm.
Democrats?
Yeah.
We can make it somewhat. Come on, man. This is ancient history. We can make it somewhat political on this channel. Let's try. Make an
The
effort.
modern aristocracy. Democrat and Republican are just distractions for the real thing going on. And with that, I'll just sip my tea and be silent.
Yeah, there are plenty of other words for that besides aristocracy. Aristocracy went out when the fucking Reign of Terror came in.
Nah, it just became something different.
The word went out when the Reign of Terror came in. That was the whole point of the Reign of Terror, the beginning of it anyway. The French Revolution was to remove the aristocracy from the face of the earth, which they only did to about 6% of those guys. And then they started fucking cutting the heads off of random civilians, including a lot of their supporters. As it turns out, revolutions turn ugly to everybody.
Oh, 100%. But do we still have collections of very powerful families transitioning power from father to son down a distinct, clearly definable line?
Well, nowadays
it's
become from father to maybe.
Yeah.
So are you saying something like when you say passing down generational wealth, so to speak, Shadow, are you saying, for example, like the Clintons passing down assassination tactics to their grandchildren or something like that?
Possibly. I just mean more of like I mean it was significantly more noticeable back in like the early 1900s. But like for like a lot of the big names that we have in American history come from pretty important families. It's very hard to find someone who wasn't like a random fucking farmer in the middle of nowhere.
Sure, but the last time we recognized the family as being like, you know, that important was the fucking Kennedys in the 60s, and they've fallen out of favor. They're no longer considered American royalty. And here's the thing about when you use the term aristocracy, that doesn't just imply generational wealth and power. It also implies a recognition on behalf of everybody else of that house's inherent nobility. Whereas the families that you're talking about who are, you know, pulling shit like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and et cetera, are people don't look up to those people. They don't recognize those people as being inherently better than them, right? That's part of being an aristocracy, is having that recognition from the plebs, right? You know, it is sort of a sense of nobility, whether it's earned or not. Whereas we don't have that sense with these people. They're just old money asshats. Most of them came from fucking pirates and murderers.
So what would you say would be a better term for, like, not trying to be confrontational, but like what would you say would be a better term for a description of this? Like
the most commonly accepted one that is used in discourse today is elite, although I take the similar issue there because that implies that we recognize them as elite. But that is the one that usually comes up in modern discourse because they very much view themselves that way, whether we do or not.
Okay.
See, I would not like the term.
Just reported. Hold on one second, Egg. The AP just reported that the shooter is dead at the rally, and that they'll have more information soon.
Hey, well, I just saw that they have the potential shooter in custody.
Okay, well, you can have the body and be dead. Custody is custody. It's not.
So, I also saw that there's one like bystander that was killed. So I just don't know.
I just saw that from I saw Beard of Liberty repost that.
Yeah.
How much you guys want to bet that the shooter, after he failed to kill Trump, whether he succeeded or not, how much you want to bet that whoever hired him made sure that a cleaner was standing right behind him to take him out before he could talk?
You might be right, but my point is he wouldn't need to. That's a MAGA rally, bro. Chances are he got popped by 25 people and the Secret Service all in the same second.
That would complicate things for Secret Service, though, because, you know, they have to disarm everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It'd be a good idea to have it around.
But the bad thing about that is they'll never know if it was just one crazed person that did it or if they were paid. That's what was so
Sirhan.
Yeah, and given the Audrey Hale situation that happened, was it last year or the year before? If there is a manifesto, if there is a note,
it was last year.
Yeah, it was it was last year. If there is a note, we're probably never going to see it, and if we do see it, it's going to get buried by some kind of discourse scandal rather than actually talking about the damn manifesto or note.
So here's what happens. This is my prediction. 12 hours from now, Alec Baldwin decides he can't live with it anymore, and he comes forward admitting that he was the one that put the live round in that gun, that it was supposed to have been a joke and it didn't go well, and that's going to be the leading news for the next 6 freaking months until the election, or they find something better, because they're not going to be putting Trump all over the freaking news like this. It's fixing to happen. They ain't going to be able to help it. But they're going to minimize it and twist it as much as possible. Let's take a moment and see if we can figure out how to spin this into an anti-Trump narrative.
Well, I mean, supposedly in Canada, it's trending that it was, what was the term? Staged.
I'm also seeing CNN say he slipped and fell. And so your average
I looked that up. Don't believe everything you read.
That's not.
That's just a screenshot. I thought I taught you better.
Well, no, because it's not just CNN; it's also MSNBC. Like I'm seeing shots from like basically everything: CNN, MSNBC, like a bunch of other news sources,
all owned by the same people.
The new Trump shot, and I did not find it. I even looked it up as CNN, and no article said that he fell down from CNN.
As an observation, it would have been way cooler if Trump had shot back. That shit would have been awesome.
I mean,
like, turn that out.
You know, like people say a lot of fucking shit about Lincoln these days, but man, he used to throw down.
Yeah.
Somebody came in, he would fucking fight him.
Yeah, he was.
Well, not yeah, that too.
But not only that. All right. Have you ever read any of the Lincoln papers at all? Like his diary entries and the letters and stuff?
It's been a while, but yeah.
Okay, so this didn't just happen once. I'm going to give one particular example, kind of generalized, because I don't want to get into it. But there were cases when he was running for the Senate, when some random person in the audience would stand up and say, "But you blah, 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 blah." And he would say something along the lines of, "Sir, you are besmirching my character." And he would take off his hat, take off his coat, go out and beat the cowboy shit out of that man, and then go finish his speech as if it never happened. It would be referred to in the newspaper as a kerfuffle.
Mm-hmm. I like that word, kerfuffle.
So
you're welcome.
This person that they're claiming is a shooter, it looks like they're claiming there are claims that he was an Antifa member.
Yeah, Mark Violets or something.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to say his name, but yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, Mark Violets.
Well, because the initial one I saw was a different person. That's the only reason.
He uploaded a video on YouTube before the attack claiming justice was coming. Well, that's not going to help the organization as a whole.
Well, they say it's not an organization now, is it?
Yeah.
It's just like
there's no Antifa. Antifa's not a thing. It's an idea. It's not an organization.
Yeah, no, it's an organization. It's an idea. That's why you can have for drag queen story hours in states with people go in there that don't even live in that state, don't even live in that town. You'll have armed thugs decked out in kit with weapons, with seemingly a decent level of training because they're not just holding their finger on the trigger. Totally just an idea. But I mean, this dumbass was probably if this story is true, YouTube running with if this story was true. This individual probably thinks he was actually doing something good that would make him be remembered as a hero, in the same vein that someone like Audrey Hale thought what she was doing would make her be remembered. And I mean, a certain demographic did think she was a hero. Because they're so brain rotted by the idea of their progressive utopia. No matter what they do, they will always be good, always be virtuous, and always march to utopia. So he probably legitimately thought he was doing something good. Sorry for talking over you, Squatch.
No, I was interrupted. I had a thought. The White House says President Joe Biden has received an initial briefing on incident at Trump rally. So the initial briefing goes like this: they missed, and then walk back out. So what? Come on, man! Like, what are you? I'm gonna chewing on the side of a pressure. Like, come on, man! Like dog face pony soldier.
So I don't know. Maybe is Antifa, maybe isn't. Maybe just claimed that. Look, it wouldn't be the first time that somebody had said they were a thing in order to portray that thing in a negative light with a subsequent negative action.
Look at Patriot Prayer.
Yeah.
Patriot
or look at
Prayer
Patriot Front.
Federal. That's what I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Patriot Front. That's the one. Is an obvious federal front that they're going, nah, guys, come on, trust us, bro. We're not feds. We just wear the Fed starter kit everywhere we go, and masks, because MAGA people wear masks.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Wait, no, that's not how that works. I have yet to see a MAGA person in a mask anywhere, ever, except on Halloween.
Yeah, and they're usually not wearing a MAGA hat on Halloween. Kind of ruins the whole flow of the costume.
Does ruin the effect.
Yeah. Like can you imagine a MAGA vampire make America great again? But like he's a vampire.
Hold up now. That's moderately terrifying now that I think about it. You're talking barbed and toothed.
Yeah. I'm just saying that the idea is mildly
Dr.
ridiculous.
What'd you say, Squatch?
Dr. Ruth is dead.
What the fuck is going on today?
Yeah, Shelley Duvall died yesterday.
It was a couple days ago, but yeah. Apparently Richard Simmons died today too, and
he did.
It's like, I don't know. Hopefully nobody I know personally died today.
At the rate we're going. Oh,
Devil, what's up?
Just got off driving home, and
Hi, Devil.
yeah,
Hearing everything.
yeah.
Oh, Devil, how lovely to see you on the panel, Devil.
Oh God, don't get about last night, dude. Sorry,
What?
I gotta turn off my phone. I just came on solely to say fuck proper grammar. It's for pussies and commies.
I disagree. I like proper grammar.
Shut
I like graham crackers.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, you've been following this shit?
Yeah. I was actually supposed to be working a lot later, but I got the early shift, and so yeah. When I got off, first thing I hear is Trump shot. I'm all, oh crap, what happened?
It blows up from all the notifications of everyone going live. That's what mine was doing.
Yeah, me too. I had to mute my phone. Like it just started popping off left, right, and center, bro. That's how I knew I needed to go check out the news because I was like sitting here, my phone goes bleep, 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 and I went, "Oh, that's not good." I just opened the AP over here and didn't say nothing.
Yeah, it's been kind of wild. Like this happens every once in a while, but like normally I know that the longtime viewers of the show will know that this is true, but they will also laugh in my face about it. I do actually have topics every week. We don't always get to all of them. We kind of got blindsided with this shit today.
I think they just got, set aside.
You know who I blame for what happened?
Stop blaming me.
Nope, devil.
Well,
he's behind
the devil
all the world.
He's like fair.
He's like, fair cop. Hey, Devil, how you doing, man? I wasn't worried about being on the panel last night, man. I just wanted to come out and hang out with you, but I was like, I figured I'd see you today anyway.
Yeah, Nomi sent me a message too. It's just I don't bother like looking at the phone once the show starts, except like just to look over when it goes off. So.
Well, you're right. Plus, I mean, she and I were talking when she did it, so we were still backstage after Sam left, and she thought that Dermy might have been on, so she wanted to go on there to torture him, and then she found out he wasn't on there, so she went to sleep.
I should have her and Dermy on to do the donut eating contest on the pub, since it's never going to happen on Ballbusters.
Give me 5 minutes with your backstage and your StreamYard, and I'll set you up a beautiful layout for just such an occasion. I've had a thought about like eating contest and like face front debates, kind of like the old school Counterpoint show, like what it was originally supposed to be, not what it became. The problem in StreamYard is the guests can unmute themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're having a debate between two people and there's anyone else on panel, they're coughing, clearing their throat, using their vibrator in the background, whatever else, it comes through over mic and it just ruins the effect of a debate. And a lot of people don't know how to deal with that. And the way you deal with that is you create a brand new format, a brand new layout where you put just the people on, the two debaters and the moderators, and that gives you a space to drop anyone with a comment that's useful anytime you want to, and throw a media page up in the middle of it so that both of you debaters can bring receipts and links and things to support your side of the argument, and everything can flow real smoothly. It's neat. I've only seen it work functionally one time, but I've seen it tried a lot. But very few people can pull off a debate on YouTube without it just turning into "you suck, I don't like you anymore."
It's because most people are more interested in blood sports than they are in actually having honest debate.
Right.
Obviously.
Is it weird that because of prior comments from Squatch, him saying he wanted access to my back door kind of made me cringe? What?
Don't worry, you get used to it.
I'll be honest. I was watching the screen here when Squatch said using their vibrators in the background. Gal got this look on her face and shifted her position like she's like, "Fuck, they caught me."
I was literally about to go.
I was reading stuff.
It's like, I mean, you got a quiet one if it's there. We can't hear it.
Yeah, she's denied having one, but we also heard buzzing in the background. So,
well, you got to understand, it's an online Bluetooth controlled lush, and so it could be controlled by somebody in the Pentagon. We don't know who's controlling her man in the boat.
Those things are loud as shit. Have you ever heard those things? You can't mistake them for anything else.
I was sitting in a movie theater one time, and I'm sitting behind this couple in front of me, and we're watching some movie, and she's sitting there, and every now and then she shivers. And then I was sitting there looking around. I kept thinking, like, what is that damn? Is somebody's phone going off or something? Like, what in the world? And I bumped my wife and said, answer the phone, and both of them stood up, walked away.
We shouldn't be talking about this kind of stuff in front of Shadu, He's too young.
At least,
sir, I've had conversations with Sam's buddy, Mandatory Carry. That man does not have a filter, and he has certain proclivities.
He has a point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And if Carrie, you're watching this VOD or watching the stream, love you, man. Great individual, but
that's not going to
Carrie ruined this boy.
Every once in a while,
with him. No way.
every once in a while, he has to go on Urban Dictionary and put in all the new words he's heard from us to find out what it all means.
Here's actually the really fucked thing. I'd say only 1 in every 3 dirty jokes that you think I wouldn't know, I don't actually know. Everything else I know because I've got friends that are worse than you all in my age range, and I hate it.
This is Sasquatch.
Hold up. This is our public face. You don't know how bad it gets.
Let me take you out on a construction site with a couple of these big pipe hitting fellows that I used to work with, and we'll see how your humor tolerates that trash.
All he needs is to pass his test and go into the Marines. He'll learn.
And then all he has to do is eat crayons and shoot people. He'll be fine.
It's true. You get used to the waxy taste.
And that buildup is nothing to worry about. It's perfectly normal. They will teach you how to think, how to walk, how to shoot, how to stand, how to shoot, how to go to wonderful, amazing foreign locations and kill people.
Yeah. See, having read a book, I think I've got that last one settled down. I read a book on the war in Afghanistan. Should be fun next time.
Fair warning, kid. Don't go in thinking you know anything about it. About anything to do with the Marines. No matter what research, you don't.
No, okay. I know I don't.
I'm just mentally speaking.
Wait, you said you couldn't do that. You said that was impossible, gal. How can you mentally speak if there's no noise?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
You said
mentally.
You said you can't hear.
No.
How
mentally,
can you mentally
talking
speak?
about mentality. I'm speaking right now about mentality, mentally speaking. The verb is speaking.
Good dodge.
Adverb is mentally.
Excellent dodge. I got to give you credit on that one.
No, that's legit what I'm meaning.
For those of you who are lost and didn't catch last night's episode of Beelzebub, I would encourage you to go watch it. All will be explained then. But we are not getting into that again today.
Yeah, just sum it up with gal's broken, but
she's sus. We've made it a reference that she is now the one that is among us.
She's not a Mogus. Sam's obviously a Mogus. He's the only one of us that isn't human.
She's sus. He admits he's not human. She says she is, but doesn't have an interior monologue, or rather utilizes the negligible definitions between metaphorical speech versus literal interpretation so that she doesn't have to discuss her internal monologue. That's the only way.
My monologue is just different than y'all's. That's all. That's all.
She has a second freaking set of eyelids. She's a lizard person.
It's like that dude in the beginning of Men in Black or whatever.
Yeah.
Does she do it when she's breathing hard?
No one here knows.
That's another Men in Black reference.
Oh boy. Anywho, God damn, you guys are right. Everybody's blowing up right now. They're like, oh, well, we gotta talk about that. The only reason we're doing it is because it happened while we were live.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm still looking at the videos of him holding up the fist, yelling, "Fight, fight, fight!" as they got him off the stage. So, but apparently the guy took 8 shots at him. Damn, lefties really can't shoot.
Wow.
Hey, I'm a lefty.
Well, I'm a lefty.
Oh, you are one of those people.
Oh, okay. I'm a lefty when I eat, shoot, and write. Everything else, I'm right-handed.
That is too much information. You just told us one thing that you probably can do both hands. Because if you can eat and not stab yourself in the eye with your left hand, you could probably pull off other activities with your right hand. Can you ever try to pick up a stroke on the Switch? Just...
Yeah.
I love that silence. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I'm not responding to that.
Oh, I know. It's so magnificent. Utter silence.
Hey,
Now
look,
BB
Aaron,
gun
Laura,
is-
my mother is a southpaw, so was her father, so was his father. It skipped a generation with me apparently, and my sister.
Oh.
You know, both of us are right-handed, but yeah, I
My
grew up
dad-
around left-handed people. There's something not right about them.
my dad was forced to be right-handed. He's ambidextrous, and he was raised by a Catholic in the dark times of you're the devil if you're a left-handed person. So,
Devil, are you left-handed?
Nope.
Are you lying to us, father of lies?
He absolutely is lying.
I'll be back.
okay.
Mean it. Oh.
So
Oh,
yeah,
made him sad.
I had a perfectly good joke that everybody just went right past,
Yeah.
but whatever. You know, something
You gotta
not right
speak
about
up.
left-handed people.
No, I laughed at that. I just did it muted so I wouldn't interrupt everyone else.
I don't pity laugh for people.
It's not a pity laugh. It's a good joke.
That's a good joke.
Fuck you so much. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Why, thank you. Glad to be
But
back.
mostly the first part of that sentence. It was good though. It was good. We do have other topics we can try and get into, but I don't know if there's going to be more breaking news with Trump, how that's going to affect the the show here.
What about
Yeah, you've
BB
been
gun?
away a while, dude. What's that?
I said, what about is it breaking news that the BB gun is now trending?
I don't know. I don't follow the trend shit while I'm on fucking live streams. I don't have any idea.
I just
I
have
hate Marxists.
the Snake Pit Cobracast Discord open because it's a bunch of people are updating. It's the only reason.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the trending right now for the top trending things on Twitter right now on my screen because they do adjust that depending on what your interests are. But top one is Trump, second one is they missed, third one is the left, fourth one is according to CNN, and the final one is staged.
Nomi just posted.
See, the
Nomi
first
just
one is
posted.
staged.
Hey, Nomi just posted a meme of Trump as Neo dodging the bullets, and she put, "You can't touch Trump, Daddy."
Yeah,
I've got a clip for this. Sam, can I do the clip? Can I do the clip?
Yeah,
please?
Go ahead and do the clip.
Okay, so let me explain. I found an avowed leftist on a panel one night. We were having a conversation about the whole doohickey, right? And she goes off for a minute about Donald Trump, and it's great, and it's perfect for this. She calls him the Teflon Don.
This guy is Teflon. He is like who in the world could I say nearly 100 felony criminal charges have been leveled against the former president? And he is still like rallying and campaigning. I feel like he like eats his shit and it just like makes him tanner and younger and stronger. I feel like he eats it with like a golden spoon that's like emblazoned with the Mar-a-Lago emblem, and he's just like, give me more charges. It's like amazing. You better not cut that and make that a video.
Clip it.
Well,
Dream of it.
She ain't wrong. And also she got clipped.
She spent 20 minutes spitting Trump's name out of her mouth like it tasted bad, talking about all the horrible things that he allegedly has done, and then turned around and gave that absolute jewel of an election endorsement.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I like how things have turned. I'm glad Trump's not dead. That's good. I'm glad that he didn't end up getting killed. It's not like we weren't expecting something like this to happen. Although out in the open with a bullet is probably, I don't know. I don't know that I would have seen that particular method being the way used. I mean, I know it's very common and all that shit, but everybody knows the Secret Service is on top of that shit and has been for fucking decades.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not the way to go if you're going to take somebody out. Just saying.
Unless the goal is to get people fucking pissed off, or you're a freaking drunken moron who doesn't really think beyond what you want to do in the next 5 minutes.
That's my issue. Is that that's why I'm thinking they might be trying to make a show of this for other purposes. Like, I don't know about Trump himself. I wouldn't actually put it past him, man. He's a devious man sometimes. But the people around him also wouldn't put it past them for setting something up like this to make him out to be, give him a little bit more martyr cred without actually having to take him out.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Can I make the point that any attempt at that involves cutting Trump's skin with anything is a little too close for comfort for the electing party or the managers behind the scenes? If you take him out, you got nothing. So an accident is very easy to happen in that scenario. So I'm less inclined to believe that unless okay, hypothetically, when the Secret Service tackled him, they cut his ear, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was one of
That's
them
possible.
that actually did it, and the bullet never got anywhere near him. I could see something like that being played off, but the fact is, you see him jerk and grab his ear, and then they piled on him like a dog pile. So,
and you also see the blood on there. You also do see the blood on there when he does go for the ear as well. So it's like it's would be really hard. So he would have to be in on it for it to be fake.
Yeah, but he would. And here's the thing too: is that for those of you who watch pro wrestling, when they decided they want to bleed, there's ways that they're able to do, to replicate a similar scene, and they'll actually have a razor blade or something taped to their hand, and so he could jerk and grab and actually cut himself.
Now you're implicating Trump in this fiasco as an actual participant and not someone that it was done to. I'm
playing devil's advocate, especially because he's on the panel. But I'm just piggybacking. I'm not accusing Trump of doing anything. I'm saying if I can see people making that argument, I can see them making that argument.
So I'm not necessarily taking a stance either way. I'm just trying to keep my mind open to possibilities in case it comes out. Like, we don't know everything yet. And we know we don't know everything yet, and and we know that there are despicable people on both sides of the aisle who could and would conceive of something like this if not carry it out. And the other thing I would address with Sasquatch, what you're saying, like if Trump's dead, that doesn't get him anywhere. I disagree. I think that it depends on what their goals actually are. Right? If their goal is
that's true.
If they're
game, yes,
right. Because if you end up with a dead former president and future presidential candidate on your hands, you might just end up with a jihad.
I don't think you'll swing that one, man. Even the hardest core MAGA is not going to load up for a dead man. It's not going to happen because there's no one to fight for. You don't fight for martyrs unless the actual movement is still alive. At this point, if Trump goes down, there is no single person that could step into his shoes and lead the MAGA concept.
Well, Squash, that's assuming it wouldn't just be people looking to burn everything down out of anger. And I'm half agreeing with Sam on the whole, well, you'd get a jihad, because you would get a jihad. You'd also get a
jihad's
crusade.
probably the wrong word, but yeah.
Well, no, you would get a jihad. You would get a Muslim religious war. You'd also get a Christian religious war. You would get an uprising. You would get a Marxist uprising. Like, what a lot of people are not thinking about is the fact that if we do have some kind of violence in this country, it's not going to be clean and neat with blues and grays. It's going to be every motherfucker killing each other, a 6-month grace period where we kill our friends because we have different definitions on words, and then get back to fucking killing each other, but this time with greens, blues, reds, and blacks, and maybe an orange tossed in there. It's not going to be pretty and nice, and so that's why I'm hoping nothing comes of this, because if it does, we are going to see a lot of fucking bloodshed.
Look, that's what I'm saying is like I know for a fact that there are people on both sides who are in favor of a civil war, particularly. Well, they're in favor of balkanization. They don't really care how they get there, right? Which is like this could be a way to do that. And I'm not saying that they necessarily be like following Trump's banner into like make America great again and clean out the swamp with firearms or whatever. Which I'm not advocating for YouTube, but it's just that it's simply a possibility that that it may spark something in people who have just had enough. You know, which could be disastrous for all of us. So I worry about these things. Like half of this shit is just flights of fancy that pops into my head with like no bearing on anything in reality. So do take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm not 100% convinced that this was not staged by somebody. I couldn't tell you who. I couldn't tell you what their goals actually are. It's also entirely possible, and I'm open to the possibility that this was a legitimate attempt on his life. You know, if it was, I'm not convinced that the man that they identified as the shooter was in fact the actual shooter. It wouldn't be the first time that political assassinations have employed patsies. You know, so I don't know. I don't know any more than anybody else does. The news is only a couple hours old, folks, and I'm kind of spinning here, so.
Like not even a couple hours, like an hour at the most.
Yeah.
Right? 2 hours. Never mind, you're right, Sam. I'm wrong. Sorry.
I found an interesting quote by Nick Cage. Apparently, according to Nick Cage, I'm gonna drop it in chat. The making of a serial killer horror was a healing experience for some freakazoid.
That's funny because Corin Nemec said exactly the opposite when he played Ted Bundy.
Well, didn't he have to speak through a lot of the Bundy tape dialogue?
Yeah, well, he got into his head, and yeah, when he talks about it now, it's not like complimentary. He's like, I mean, it was important that I did that for the role, but it's like I just felt like I needed to crawl out of my fucking skin after we were done with that. So, but you should go listen to what he has to say about Ted Bundy, what Corin Nemec has to say about him, because it's interesting. What is this, Gal?
It's just a video of there was an ER doctor near the bystander that passed away.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys want to listen to it, but
sure.
That's exactly where I heard him come from.
What did you see, sir?
I heard the shots. I thought it was firecrackers to begin with. Somebody over there was screaming, he's been shot, he's been shot. So I made my way over. I said, I'm an emergency department physician. Let me help you. The guy had spun around, was jammed between the benches. He had a headshot here. There was lots of blood, and he had brain matter there. Oh, and no. So I got him. Jeez. There's a helicopter coming in to get him. So I got people there really helpful. I got
Was
him
there only
up
one
on the
person
bench.
shot that you saw?
Then I did CPR, did chest compressions as well as I breathed for him.
One person.
You want to hear something weird? I'm looking at. I just typed up Mark Violets, the guy's name, right? There is a, and I keep clicking on it. It's not coming up, but it's called trendsnewsline.com, and they're reporting on Mark Violets being shot, but the timeline says 1 day ago. This news site is saying that this happened yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, right now we're in like, oh, sorry, Gal.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say we're like in the fog of war right now, so there's going to be a lot of weird information and a lot of fake information.
Yeah, here's another one. I'm seeing another one that's in it's in Spanish, Blue Radio, and it's saying that it happened yesterday. It says 1 day ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, the this I think was brought to my attention by Gal, but also I'm looking at it like with my own eyes here. All that stuff about the supposed Antifa shooter has been apparently deleted.
The post from Clown World.
Clown World. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see the one that you guys were talking about earlier, the CNN that he fell at the rally. I don't get that.
That one's
The Wall
not.
Street Silver one got deleted too, actually.
So it was a screenshot. It was like just an image of CNN posted this. And so I immediately looked up for it. And there wasn't an article. Like I specifically looked up Trump shot CNN. And all the CNN articles were talking about alleged shots fired type of stuff. But it wasn't.
Well, it could still be deleted. They could have posted it then deleted it pretty much immediately. But
oh, it is possible it could be false information and they removed it to make sure that it wasn't out there anymore. Did they make a follow-up post? Or is it just gone?
Well,
it's just gone.
As far as I am aware, it never existed. So, but that's because I looked it up and I couldn't find it anywhere. It's speculation whether it was deleted. Like, because if it didn't exist, then it wasn't deleted. It just didn't exist.
Sure.
Yeah. As soon as I saw the image.
I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know too much about what's happening right now. I don't.
This is how
think we're
it's
going
always.
to have any clear answers for a while.
Yeah.
So fuck, even Lady G's on.
Yeah, I got a notification for her going live. Yeah. Well, Ryan was on Cobra Cast, which never is.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, it looks like.
Oh, Biden finally sent something out.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I just saw a video from Anna, that Star Wars girl. I don't know how accurate it is, but apparently the sniper was set up on a roof.
I saw something along those lines, but that's not confirmed either. But
that's
it was also
that's why I'm not pulling it up, but it's saying like a nearby building, which could explain why the shot wasn't very good.
Right after that, someone had said something that potentially there were two shooters, but I will believe that when I believe that.
I think that may be spawning from people seeing like the injured person being dragged out, and then for some reason, because it's like there's the apprehended, and then there's a body, and then most people don't equate the two. Speak of the devil. Hey, Carrie, how you doing? I was talking about you earlier. All good things.
All good things. All good things.
Fuck you, Carrie.
What fucking movie is that from?
I don't know. I just know it's a saying. It's a colloquialism. It's a word. There we go. Gal's better at English than me.
Yeah, this is weird. I'm looking at abcnews.go.com. Trump rushed off the stage. Yeah, and it says 1 day ago. So now they're saying this happened yesterday instead of right now. Now, and some are saying it happened today, and others are saying it happened yesterday.
Well, if it happened yesterday, why is the world exploding right now?
Exactly.
Shock posted his Twitter page.
Yeah, he's like an Italian guy, sports YouTuber.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's all of this is special.
Yeah, gosh, I can't wait till they put my avatar on one of these fuckers. You know, like it's possible this guy has nothing to do with any of this shit, and they just grabbed him at random. You know, and we're like, hey, this is the thing. This is what happened. And even if it wasn't.
Yep.
God, I am so. Anybody else here with me on this? I am so fucking sick of all of these like these like little fucking manipulative groups working behind the scenes and manipulating shit to whatever it is that they're at. Even if they're working at cross purposes with each other, they're all working against us.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. I'm fucking tired of it. I think we need to overturn some rocks and I don't know, bring the light of torches to them.
Who finds out? I mean, who falls out?
Yeah. Just fuck. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of the goddamn WEF. I'm sick of the goddamn EU Commission. I'm sick of what's going on right now with Facebook and YouTube and pretty much anywhere that politicians can get their grubby little fingers in trying to control the fucking free speech of the internet. I am tired of the people in fucking Washington, all of whom are fucking useless parasites, right? Who need to be tarred and feathered at the very least to satisfy justice in any sense. I am tired of being fucking manipulated into wars that have nothing to do with my goddamn country. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all of this shit.
Jack put up a thing that says the dude who is being accused is literally live tweeting right now saying it's not him or something.
Yeah, it's apparently an Italian, so not even in the same side of the fucking
Here,
international.
I'll share it.
And it wasn't me.
I'll share it real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently the account's name is Bruno Celez Lorenzo.
No.
No, that's the person sharing it. The guy's name is Calamondo Banzai.
You sure you're pronouncing that right?
I don't know about the Calamondo, but I've heard enough movies involving Pearl Harbor to know to say Banzai.
Hold on a second. Wait a second. Hold on. You're saying that the man's name is Kilimando?
Calamondo. I don't know. I'm not Italian.
Kilimando!
Scream right now.
An inconvenient name for being accused of shooting somebody.
Say it. It seems a little bit written by the Onion.
Devil, it would be you. Someday I'll get you on dark mode.
Oh,
no, dark mode is for pussies.
Yeah,
Fuck
communist.
See, I didn't willingly switch to dark mode. It just randomly, my account just randomly updated one day, and it was in dark mode.
Oh no, I
I'm
did
too
that.
damn lazy to fix it.
I hacked your account to fix you.
I was born in dark mode, so I can't share your opinion.
And now it's a race thing.
Oh, everything is about race. Don't you know, Sam? Kimberly Crenshaw.
So no, I
he's
don't know.
probably got more.
I have dark mode on my computer for Twitter, but I think that was just a default setting. I just never bothered to change it.
Yeah. Apparently, Jack's got more for us.
All right. Let's take that down.
Yeah, no, so apparently he's just some like random YouTuber guy that posts about sports.
Yeah, it seems kind of it's just weird. You think somebody
I was born in it.
So Carrie, essentially what we thought happened was that I don't know, I guess there are conflicting reports as to exactly when this happened, but when we became aware of it was about 10 minutes into this live stream. So, about an hour and 40 minutes ago. And that's when everybody else started going fucking live and talking about it and shit like that. So that's when the news was made available. I don't know if it was live and happening right then.
It seems like
before we started or something.
It just seems like if this guy was going to be the shooter and it's because his Antifa connections, it would be a bigger thing to him. But his whole page looks like he's a fan of soccer and has nothing to do with Antifa. Like if he was so set with that he would go to this drastic level, why the hell wouldn't be all over his page? Why wouldn't he be one of those assholes with the 3 arrow symbol on his freaking as his background and stuff?
Good
it
question.
Just seems kind of weird.
Unless he's trying to lay low until it was time for him to do what he did.
Yeah.
But he's currently live tweeting, and the account is currently live tweeting, and we don't have a picture of what the actual shooter looks like. So it could be one of his buddies trying to spread misinformation, or it could be, no, he actually wasn't the shooter. Like I said earlier, we're in the fog of war area. There's too much bullshit in the air and not enough information we can confirm. So we're just going to kind of have to deal with that for the next. Let's see, how long did it take for the the Catholic school shooter? How long did it take for us to get information on her? We're still waiting. Okay, so never. We'll never get information on this, probably.
Yeah, both those were sent by
With him
Jack.
being a presidential candidate, I doubt
Mhm.
that nihilistic viewpoint very much.
Yeah, unfortunately,
But
I am too
the-
nihilistic.
The trusting of the information is where you can question it, honestly.
Yeah,
I think I don't know. I think at this point everything's up for questioning.
Fox just reported the shooter dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually that happens. It's when you go to that, they're not trying to catch you. They're trying to stop the threat. And so when they confront you, they don't sit there and go, put your hands up. At that point, it's take him out, get him out, you know.
Secret Service has a license to kill in protection of the president. They can kill innocent bystanders to protect the president.
Neutralize the threat.
Yep.
By any means necessary.
One of the reasons that I thought it was so weird that the FBI came out and said that they had the authorization to use lethal force when they raided Mar-a-Lago, because I was like, that means that you have to go up against the Secret Service, and their whole mandate is to kill anything that's a threat to their charge.
Yep. Even if it's
I
an
was
FBI
like,
agent.
yeah, they don't care that you're also part of the executive branch. They will kill you too.
No limit. There is no limit to that mandate. That mandate is its purpose. So when you're talking about, let's say hypothetically, somebody took a whole bus full of munchkins and decided to drive into the White House. Should they fire on the bus? No. Will they? Probably, almost certainly. If the president is in place there, or a previous president in this case, if it's a threat, it's eliminated with extreme prejudice immediately.
Yeah, you don't know what is on that bus and the impact that it might have.
Any threat has to be looked at as the worst case scenario. You can't sit there and say, oh, it's probably not that big of a deal. No, you have to look at it as an absolute threat and has to be stopped. It's just part of the training that they probably go through.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Anybody who makes an attack on somebody who's guarded by Secret Service in this day and age is just plain suicidal.
Recorded. Yeah.
It's like you want to leave this world expediently. You must, or you wouldn't be doing that.
Minecraft by Secret Service.
Or you don't care if you die or not.
Yeah. And here's the thing, is the Secret Service are also trained to not only kill to protect their charge, but to die for them as well. Like that's actually what makes them dangerous is not their willingness and being trained to kill. It's the fact that they will sacrifice themselves in droves to protect their charge.
Fixing to go live right now.
Yeah.
Jack Tarlag seems to be clearing things up about the time zone thing. Different time zones, it may be some countries are saying yesterday because it is yesterday for them. And then that creates miscommunication as, different places copy and paste what other people say, but I don't know. Fog of War.
Yeah, Dog of War.
No, not Dog of War, Fog of War.
Well, I said Dog of War. I know what I was saying.
Yeah, but it's not Dog of War. How is this a Dog of War?
Woof, woof. That's
Ark. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said earlier, we did have some other topics. I don't think we're going to get to them. This is still developing, and it will probably continue to be developing for fucking months because they drip feed us this shit. So we'll keep an eye out for news and all that stuff. I'll try to keep you guys updated, but honestly, there are other things going on in the world besides our this, and so there will be other topics as well. But I don't know. It's
real quick. Jess shared a map supposedly of where everything was.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's the stage. Is that what it's saying?
To the right.
Yeah. And that's where the shooter was, where the X is, I guess.
Yeah,
that's kind of weird though, because where he was hit in the ear, if he was shooting from that direction, when it goes straight towards the side of his head, how did this clip his ear?
Well, no. If he turns his
also,
head,
how did it clip the side of his cheek as well? Unless he was looking in the direction when that
No.
happened, but I don't think he
It was
was.
apparently a blood drop.
He was looking in that direction in the videos that we watched.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're aiming inside his head and he turns? Because I didn't actually see the
Yeah, yeah.
video of him being shot.
For
I was
all
on the
the
road.
Probably
world,
be what it was. That would
for
probably
all
be the
the
only thing.
world,
that could've been.
it looked like he heard the bullet coming and turned his head to look at something or saw a flash or something because a
But
split
that's
second
not-
before he turns his head.
Yeah.
That's not how guns work, though. Unless this was like a
I
really
didn't
low
say
then you would.
that's what happened should do.
Right.
I said
Sorry, I
for
misheard you.
all the world, it looked like that metaphorical stuff we talked about.
So
Right,
he's
I
looking in that direction as he's talking, guys. Like,
Gotcha. So that may have saved his life.
Yeah, him just turning his
Yes.
head at the last second.
like he was just in the middle of his speech. Sam, I'm sharing it if we want to look at
Yeah,
it.
if you want to.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
So you see, he's already
Thing
looking.
that said, take a look at what happened.
So like the field would have been over here because
Yeah.
the podium is facing, or not the field, sorry, the building would have been.
Yeah, over on that
to the
side. Yeah.
back.
Okay. So yeah, then that's fine. That didn't look staged at all. Because if he grabbed his ear and just fell to the side like automatically, I would say okay, that looks like acting. But he literally grabs his ear like he doesn't know what's happening.
And then he
at his
saw
hand,
the
and then
blood.
and then he panics.
Exactly.
Yeah. That
See, my
doesn't look
question
staged.
is, how the
He's
hell
not that
did
good
they
an
like
actor.
how the hell didn't they have like at least one person on that fucking roof? Like if I'm thinking, hey, we're planning for, security, even if we don't think something's going to happen, you still put a motherfucker up on any elevated surface to just, go, hey, we did it.
So
Like,
there
why
was
would you
probably
leave that
a
kind of
circus-
vulnerability?
There's probably a Secret Service agent sitting on the corner of the building eating M&Ms when this went off because he'd already walked over the joint. And homie walks out, lays down, goes. Next thing you know, he's like looking over, going, "What the hell was that?"
It's the deep state, man.
Yeah, don't assume incompetence when malice is more plausible.
Look, it's also possible that there was a hole left in security intentionally.
Yeah,
that's
don't
what I was
assume
saying.
incompetence when malice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying with deep state.
Yeah. So it may not have been. It could have been intentional. It may not have been. We don't know for sure. Jack mentioned something in chat, so I went and looked at it. Said the looks like one of the top dogs at the Secret Service put out a tweet about an hour and change ago. An incident occurred at the evening of July 13th, that's today, at a Trump rally in Pennsylvania. The Secret Service has implemented protective measures and the former president is safe. This is now an active Secret Service investigation and further information will be released when available, which means that they're going to go sanitize the thing before they say anything. Because if they've already got their shooter, right? The Secret Service never investigates as to like motivations of the shooter. It always comes down to some fucking manifesto or, some like lone whack job or some shit like that. And never, like maybe somebody put them up to it. And if they put them up to it, maybe let's follow the paper trail and see where that leads. They never do that shit. So it's going to end right there.
That's not the Secret Service's mandate. They don't investigate successful or failed attempts if they've got the shooter.
Yeah, it goes to the FBI.
Maybe they should.
Well, here's the thing: is if he did leave a manifesto that literally said the reason he's doing this is every single thing we've heard a million times on CNN and SNBC, the politicians say, they're gonna keep that buried as much as they can, because they're not gonna want it to. Because then every single time CNN sits there and hyperbolically says that Trump is going to be the downfall of America, people can sit there and legitimately say, you're getting people crazy at this point with this bullshit.
They can already do that.
So
Remember,
I think
they were saying that Trump incited January 6th by just saying peacefully protest. They have they have called for something to be done to stop the destruction of our democracy.
But
So
there's a
they
difference
already-
between saying it and somebody actually shooting. Like I said, it's going to be like the transfesto. They're going to try to bury it.
I was just going to ask, what's the chances this guy is trans?
Oh, then it really would be buried.
Yeah.
So this is interesting.
What?
It's interesting.
Just a moment. There is a roof behind Trump. I'm gonna share it just like.
Yeah, but I think that was in the map.
Well, so there's, you see this right here? That's the police set up.
A sniper of their own.
What happened to our country? Probably 20 million people. And you know, that chart's a couple of something that said, take a look at what happened.
Like they're facing in that direction. And it's a flat top building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are.
Did Trump steal the fist? Did Trump turn this into a MAGA symbol?
So here's the image of them, and then here's the roof where the
Yeah, that dude's dead. If that's the shooter, you can see he's probably.
I mean, it makes sense that they would be trained in that direction, whether there was a shooter today or not, because it is like one of the points where you, if they were sniping somebody, they would be.
Why weren't they
It's a
there?
flat top roof. Like, how did they not see him? Is my question here.
Maybe
Like-
they were. Well,
No.
when you look at the map, there's a lot of that white roof around there. Like it's on a big complex. So maybe they
But
were just looking at a different place. But a lot of those shots you heard were probably the return fire. It was probably
Yes.
them.
Yeah. I'm just
Consider
curious.
this.
Like, that's interesting that, like, they're.
When you were-
Sorry.
When you were doing your tactical setup training, when you were learning, where to go, how to set up, what to look for, not to skyline yourself, not to fire it into the sun, that kind of stuff. You learn some very basic things.
I was not a grunt. They get different training.
Okay, but wasn't it covered in books? Didn't you not read about such things in the process of some kind of schooling, training type stuff? No.
No, so that's like limited to like sniper type of training. So there's different schools for your
Yes, ma'am.
specific jobs. So
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a rifleman on, like, we get trained on the range. Everybody gets trained the same, but your further training is very different compared to like sniper type of.
What I'm getting at is this: when you do a coverage of a rooftop like that, you go in a few days before time, assuming that schedules allow this to happen, and someone, a deputy, a freaking chief of police or somebody does a walk around on all these buildings. They look for ways to get on roofs and whatnot. It's possible they didn't find the way to get on that roof, or there may not be a way without a ladder or lift truck or something like that to get up there. There's no reason to go on a roof unless you have a reason to go up there, like an air conditioner or something like that. It's probable there is a way on that roof, but let's assume that they go up there, they check it out, and it's clear. They go up there the day of the rally, they check it out again. No one notices anything out of place until the shots ring out. And this may simply be because there was a tarp laying on the ground with a bag under it, and then the next day there was a tarp laying on the ground with a person under it.
Yeah, I just it's weird to me.
Yeah.
Like the day of, you'd think that they'd be extra special careful. And like they're supposed to think in that mindset that someone's going to use a ladder to get to a rooftop, especially if they're going to snipe the hell out of someone.
What I'm getting at is when you go through and check this type of environment and you look under all the tarps and you check in all the barrels and you look behind all the things and you look under all the, when you go back up there to do your on point check at, immediately before the rally, and you see a thing of tarps, like the tarp laying over the bag or whatever, it's concrete, so you covered it back up. You don't think anything about the fact that there's a tarp over there that has bags in it, but actually has a person in it this morning. They come out, move the bags, and then lay down on the tarp, cover themselves up, wait for an opportune moment. It takes patience. That type of stuff takes a little patience, and that's not something you usually see Antifa utilizing.
Well, you shouldn't go into with the mindset that it's just Antifa types. Like that's a post.
That's my point.
So I'm talking about them.
Also, Antifa, even if it is an organization, is a very decentralized organization. An Antifa thug could range from someone with blue hair and a patch to someone with actual paramilitary training. Sorry to cut you off, Gal.
No, you're fine. I'm looking at something.
Yeah. Could you tag me with that too? I need to send it to Carrie, and he's not allowed on Twix.
Yeah. And the reason he's not allowed is no, the reason he got banned is tamer than both the reasons I got banned. That's the funny part.
Were you talking to me?
Yes.
Sam?
No. Squatch.
Shadow.
Oh, sorry. I'll hop out.
Yeah. No, just yeah. Let me get a bit of that, and then I'll pass it on to Carrie so he can do whatever he needs to do with it. I'm sure it's going to be spectacular in the making. I'm inclined to agree with that, Zilich, actually, because Antifa are only effective when they have, federal funding and like, well, not federal, but some of it is federal, but like Soros funding and all that shit, and they're being directed. Right. That is one of the problems with having a disorganized organization is that, they're mostly a bunch of incompetent fucks unless they're being told explicitly what to do.
Well, the problem is when you have an organization like that where it's not like some biker gang where you have to be initiated. You can just walk up and call yourself Antifa. That's kind of how they work. So, yeah, you can have some real dumb fucks be part of your group, and it's their own fault for having such a disorganized kind of situation. So they can't sit there and bitch about it like, oh, this guy doesn't represent. Sorry, it's how you like to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. So, I don't know. We're, as I said earlier, things are breaking. We're just as in the dark as everybody else here. We've been sharing everything that's come across our laps here as it happens. So you guys know as much, or if not more, than we do. You guys in the chat. So as things come to light, we'll try and keep you updated on it going forward. I think, but we're not getting to any topics today. So, thanks, Trump. God damn it. Nothing? No, nobody thought that was funny. Just me. All right.
Sorry, I was muted. I was laughing, but I was muted. I try not to interrupt people too much with this stuff. Yeah. One of those people.
I do hope that we were engaging enough for y'all to enjoy the show as much as you can, given the topic matter. I am, like I said earlier, I'm happy that Trump's alive. It sounds like it's that civilian who was killed. Like what a waste. We'll I don't know. See, I'm stumbling over my words. I don't even know what to think about this shit right now. Most everything I said, I've been talking out my ass for 2 fucking hours about this. It's a little mind-boggling. I didn't think I'd see an attempt on a former president again in my fucking lifetime, but here we are. It's been a minute since the last time. At least that was made publicly. Everybody knew. Did Shadow just bounce?
No, he's just sitting back there.
What the hell was that about?
You were getting mad at me, so I decided to separate myself and toss myself in the naughty corner.
I was.
Oh, in that case, let's put it back there.
Welcome to the
Anyway, I am trying to stumble around to closing out the show here. We'll get there eventually. Since he just put himself in the naughty corner, we'll start with him. Shadow, where are you going to be? What do you got coming up?
Nothing really. Actually, I've got freaking too many shifts next week to really be doing anything next week. You can probably see some of my dumb takes on Twitter. I have been trying to be a little bit less bad, so maybe nothing too spicy, but I'm still there. And then that's basically it. Just 60, 70-hour work weeks are not fun for doing anything but working.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
it is fair.
Sorry,
but
that I didn't have anything better.
No, it's why are you apologizing? You got shit going on. It's fine. You know, I would recommend everybody go check out his content though, because the content he does have up on his channel is usually pretty worth watching. So go give him a like, a subscribe, you know, a little bit of a tickle of the taint, that kind of thing. Caucasian Sasquatch, where can everybody find you at?
Tomorrow, I will be live with Captain Curmudgeon on the Blast Radius, where we will probably be talking about Trump, because I doubt he'll be able to say anything else. He'll be like, Trump, 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 Trump. But it should be a pretty funny show. I try to bring some levity to it. He does an excellent intro monologue. Tuesday, I will, at 8 p.m. Eastern also, I will be producing for Ajot's Corner, the Naughty Corners, which is... of course, derived from, who was it that did the song Suka? Derived
Suka.
directly
Yeah.
from the song. A happy coincidence. And yeah, we go over interrogations. I've actually got all the videos, but I haven't scheduled yet, so I don't know what it is exactly this week. But it'll be interesting. And Lawyer Chick is now in the chat, and I was gonna come over to Jay Rillo's stream in a few minutes and show you the clip that I pulled of you. You should love it. That's the girl in the clip. That's her. She's on YouTube. Hi. Oh, but she can't hear any of this. This is great. When I get the chance, I do interviews. The show's called Sasquatch Shills. It's typically on a Thursday, typically at 8 p.m. Eastern. And I bring in a single guest, or a group of the channel creator. If it's a group, if it's a team, I'll bring in everybody that I can get as part of the team as an interview to discuss how they got into YouTube, why they're doing it, whether or not they plan on getting monetized, that whole thing. You know, I try to catch them before they become, you know, more than 1,000 or 5,000 subscribers if I can, but I don't have a limit on the subscribers that I'll interview. If somebody wants an interview, just email me, bro. I'm open. We'll do it. I don't think I've got anything else currently. I'm working on making a show for Jay Rillo and for Midlife Bro Logic, but I haven't gotten past the gate on those yet. Just kind of spitballing stuff. But yeah, that's it. I appreciate it, Sam.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sitting with us and making all the jokes. Gal, what do you have coming up? Where can you find you?
I'm not doing Alp's stream tomorrow. They're playing State of Decay. So next for me, possibly Ron Think on Tuesday, maybe. But otherwise, my green-haired anti-liberal on YouTube, I do my live stream every Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for Cooking the Books, where I read your book list, collecting dust in the corner, so you don't have to. I force myself to have the time to read so I can get mine taken care of, and hopefully y'all like listening to it. So otherwise, Ballbusters on Friday, and Beelzebub Saturday at 1 a.m. Mountain Time.
You remembered.
Oh, hush.
That's so sweet of you. Oh, heart. There you go.
It's your turn.
And then Screaming into the Void every Saturday.
Yeah, that too.
For me, nothing really. The pub every Friday going into Saturday. Then Mellow Mondays. I'll be on there this week. We're doing the first episode, barring somebody, you know, having some accident or something. We should be doing the first episode of Devil's Angels Monday, and and then Wrong Think on Tuesday, because now I'm definitely going to have to do it. There's going to be plenty to talk about. Right. Hopefully we'll have more information, facts for it, and I'll try to make it on any show when I get an earlier day or when I get off early or whenever, but still have the shitty schedule. So
yeah, no, glad you made it for this one though.
Yeah, It's just by happenstance that I got called in early, and so I got let out early. So
yeah, well, take it as it comes, I guess. Larry, what do you got coming up? Where can people find you? Are you still with us? Is he there? Larry, are you with us? I'll stop that.
Please.
Anywho, if you don't know Lawrence Knight, you should. He's a great dude, does a lot of great work. He works behind the scenes on a lot of different things. So you may have seen something that he was doing. He, like myself, is the moderator for Exiled Lioness 2, where he also puts together all of the news articles and the lists and stuff like that, and writes up basically the report that she gives with every live stream. He essentially puts together all of Abyssal Musings. That's all that work. Most of that is Larry. So, he gets all the credit for that. And those are the two main places that you can find him. I don't remember if he told me if he's got any other special things popping up this week, but I don't know. If he does, I will try to announce it in the community tab on my channel, so that people know where to find him at. And then, that brings it around to me. I already covered a couple of things, with Abyssal Musings, this show, and Exiled Lioness 2, which is live currently, actually. So we'll be rolling over to there when we're done. Yeah, otherwise you can find me on Beelzehub for Beelzepub in the middle of the damn night. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, right after Abyssal Musings, on Friday night, Saturday morning kind of thing. And then again, like Devil said, on Mellow Mondays on Adam the Renaissance Nerd's channel. You can find me there. If work timing works out, I might try for Wrong Think this week too. We'll see how that goes. It's been kind of crazy at work myself, so I don't know. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for watching and participating. And sorry I wasn't as on top of being involved with chat this time around. But number one, more of you guys were talking a lot, so it was a little hard to keep up with. Number two, I was staring at fucking news reports and videos and shit on my other hand almost this entire time. So thank you for being here and putting up with that shit and putting up with us. Hopefully, you'll be back. Thank y'all. Thank you everybody on the panel. You're great. There goes Shadow. Just dropped. I don't know what happened. Anyway, go check out the kid. He's great. Don't tell him I said that, but have a great night. Yeah. Gotta go. Okay. Have a great night. Thank y'all. And we'll catch y'all next time. Also, we'll see about this whole fucking Twitch streaming bullshit too. But that said, have a great night. It could always be worse. You could be on a stage getting shot at. Good night,
see
everybody.
ya.